So you have a Miele Tumble dryer. This one is a model PT7136 Vario, which is not putting out heat. Well, I'm assuming you do. Otherwise, you wouldn't have clicked on this video unless you just have some strange obsession with industrial tumble dryers, perhaps, maybe. But I'm not judging. It's all good. All good if you do. This is one of the ones in the laundry room. Gets used all day, every day. Stop putting out heat. This is a three-phase hardwired into the mains, three-phase electrics, and it has 3 trip switches which are down here. Now you can just get away with removing the front panel. That contains the loading door and the filter door for the lint filter. The lint filter cassette is there, which should be cleaned out regularly, and that is where that fits, and that's where all the lint is blown. The innards of this, the reason I've got all this off is the innards were thick and caked with tumble dryer lint and dust in general, because like I say, it gets used all day, every day, and it was just thick with everything. So I was giving it a good vacuum out with my mate Henry, and hopefully this should run a little bit better. You don't have to remove the top or the side panel to reset these. I just did this to assist with cleaning, but it just made me realise it's handy to show anyone who needs to where these switches are. What you can do is remove the entire front panel, as I mentioned, which leaves the front open like so, and then kind of going in here underneath with the mains switched off, of course, because you don't want mains electric still wired in. Going in underneath here and put your hand up over the top, and you can actually feel these lumps sticking out the top, and there's a button in the centre of each, and if you go around, press each one in turn, one, two, or even all 3 might have tripped. If you press down and you hear a click, that's them resetting. That's the trip, that's the overheat. And what they look like, as I say, if you take the side panel off, is that, and they're easier to access, so you can, and it's this little button right here in the middle, this little square button. Now I have already pressed and reset all those. So they all 3 were tripped. They're all reset. That should now blow hot air. So just to go over taking this panel off, you have got about 1 million of these little screws with a hex head. And come on, focus for me. So you just need to remove each and every one of those. You need to take the bottom panel off, which is held on with 2 screws, with the same star bit head, and just undo all of the screws around, and then the front panel will lift away. Be careful if you've still got the glass on, because that will be quite heavy, and then, as I say, you can reach in, reset those, and while you've got the front off, it's a good idea to just give it a quick vacuum out. So now I'm just going to put everything back together. The side panel and the top panel come off similarly. That's the side panel back on. Got 3 screws at the back, 2 screws at the top. There's 3 screw holes, so it should have had 3 originally. 2 screws at the front, but there's 3 screw holes, so it should have had 3 originally. So that's 3, 3 and 3 that hold the side panel on. Now we're going to put the front panel back on. It takes a bit of wiggling to get that on. Ideally you want to place it with that door closed first, because that's heavy. You can of course take that door off and make it easy to put this panel on. Then we've got these screws here, 2 here which hold the latch, which has a switch inside which tells it if the door's open and stops it running. You've also got a switch under here, and to make sure it tells you when the lint door is closed and stops it running if it's open. And then, as you can see, you've got all these screws round here, 2 screws at the bottom, which I'll show you in a second, and then we've got that panel there which goes at the bottom. So that's all the screws back on. So we've got the 9 in the side panel, and then on the panel you've got these going round here. You've got these 2 here. You've got 2 in here. You've got 2 underneath, and then you've got 2 in this lower panel, scuttle panel, I guess you would call it, at the bottom. So make sure the lint dryer's back in there. Lock that closed. We can close that now. And then we'll get this bottom panel on and switch it on and give it a test. That just leaves the lid to go back on. So you've got these little catches here which need to be pushed up like so, to the edges, and they slot into and back on this lip. Oops, this lip down here. And then you've got these at the back, trying to do this while I'm holding this one-handed, which just slot into here, and then these screw into the back of the machine. 4 screws left. The ones at the side have got a hex head like that, but still the same star bit, and the ones at the back are shouldered, but still the same star bit. Right, it's back in, switched on. As you can see by the panel, bundle of wet clothes in. It won't run with it if it's empty, or it senses the clothes are dry, or it's an uneven load. It'll bring an error up, so just going to put that on the cottons. Start that. Check back in a few minutes and make sure it's getting hot. It's only been running a couple of minutes while I've been having a tidy round with the tools and whatnot, so I'm just going to hit the door open button, which will bring it to a stop, as you can see, and put my hand in, and I can actually feel, obviously you can't tell on the video, but I can feel that that is getting warm. There's warm air in there, whereas before it was cold after it was running for 15-20 minutes. So there you go. Quick easy fix for a Miele professional commercial tumble dryer that's not working. Hopefully this will help some of you. Thanks for watching.